Troubled kids, I was one. Gangs, jail, I was there. Second chances, I got one. Went to law school, became a lawyer, and then a judge. Now, I get to give second chances. In my courtroom, the disputes are real, the cases are real. It's time for hard decisions and tough love. Justice that makes a difference. That's what I'm about.
Plaintiff Randall Rehack says he's a slow jams dedication DJ, and his former friend is nothing but a two-bit crook. Randall says he and the defendant worked together to sell his CD, but after the CDs started selling, the defendant stole all the profits. Defendant Andrew Saenz says the reason he kept Randall's money was because he was never paid for doing the design and artwork for the Slow Jam CD. Andrew insists he never agreed to do the work for free, so he's countersuing.
State your name.
Hi, my name is Randall Rehack, also known as R-Dub on the radio.
Sir?
Andy Saenz.
All right, start with you.
Well, this is a pretty open and shut case, Your Honor. I'm a dedicated, hardworking entrepreneur, and Andy Saenz is nothing but a two-bit crook that steals money from people, including myself.
Okay, where do you know him from?
Call him as I see him. I've known Andy for about 7 or 8 years. I work for a radio station. Andy was, or is, I'm not sure what he's doing today, he was a concert promoter that would bring acts to town. We do a show together. I had great business with him up until this year. I do a slow jams and dedication show on Sunday nights. It's a national show. A little Jodeci, a little Babyface.
Okay.
Keith Sweat and get you in the mood a little bit, you know.
You nationally syndicated on Sunday night?
Yes, Your Honor. And I had an idea, first of the year, let's make a CD. Let's make a slow jam CD with the most requested songs. So made the CD. The project cost me pretty much my life savings. I borrowed some money for some people. It cost me about 10 grand. Sold the CD mail order. Well, Andy, who I thought was my friend, said, Dub, why don't you put this on your website and sell it to people who can go online? I said, listen, I don't know how to do that. Can you show me how? And Andy, thinking he's just a cool guy, says, well, I tell you what, I have a virtual credit card terminal. Why don't you just use mine? Well, here's the catch. The money is going to go into his account. A little bit shady, but he's a friend of mine. So I said, you know, all right, cool, let's try it out. So we did that, started selling CDs, started making some money, made my first grand, called Andy up, he gave me the money. Well, I got busy, the orders started piling up. I waited about 2.5 months to call Andy to get the remaining money, which turned out to be, at the first time I called him, was $2,500. Well, starting then, I never heard from the gentleman again, ever. I called him so many times. I showed up at his house, showed up at his place of work. He looks like a pussycat, man. He looks like a cool guy. He looks like just a nice young man. Don't let him fool you. Please don't let him fool you, because, I mean, the man steals money from a lot of people. Anyway, so wouldn't return any calls. Wouldn't even be a man. That's all I'm saying. If you're having financial trouble, just let me know. Say, listen, I'm having
How did you calculate the amount he owes you?
Well, I have a receipts here, and if I could have Doyle. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I got a...
Exhibit A.
I got a slow jam CD for you too, Doyle. That's for you.
Thank you.
What about me, Doyle? Don't make no decisions. You better be trying to influence me.
So those are all the unpaid receipts, and I have a lot of evidence, Your Honor. I also have notes from other people that Andy owes money to. One more thing, I would also, along with the money, I'd also like an apology, a public apology, and preferably a beat down from either you or Doyle. Just a couple of slaps, that's all.
More of Judge Mathis in a moment.
There were songs on there that were basically bootleg because it was illegal to sell them.
I have all the licensing actually with me, so stop spreading your lies.
Okay.
Because Judge Mathis is smart.
Well, show them the licensing. And
Go ahead, sir.
If you're in Chicago and would like to attend a taping of the Judge Mathis Show, call us toll-free at 1-866-3-MATHIS. Plaintiff says his former friend is a two-bit crook who stole money from him.
Tell me your side, sir. R-Dub says you have stolen all his money. He says you steal from everybody.
right. Well,
What's your
basically,
stage name, by the way?
no stage name.
DJ Steal a lot?
Something like that.
What?
Basically, what happened is, you know, part of what he said was true. He wanted to make a CD, and I basically did all the design, the artwork, got it duplicated for him, went through the trouble of getting someone to duplicate a CD that wasn't even licensed. You know, so there's a lot of there were songs on there that were basically bootleg because it was illegal to sell them.
I have all the licensing actually with me, so stop spreading your lies.
Okay.
Because Judge Mathis is smart.
Well, show them the licensing. And
Go ahead, sir.
basically, so once the CD started selling, you know, I gave him the money that it was coming in, and then Once I tried to get paid for all the setup of the website and the CDs, the artwork being done, all of a sudden, you know, I wasn't getting paid, so I just decided I wasn't going to deal with it anymore. The bottom line is that I was never paid for the design work.
That's your counterclaim. I need you to answer to taking the money and not paying him for the receipts.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. There was about $1,500 left over that I didn't pay him, and the reason I didn't pay him was that I felt that that was what I was owed.
Left over from
because
what
the
again?
CDs, they got the website.
Did he authorize you to deduct
No.
the expenses
No.
from the CD manufacturing from these receipts?
No, the CD manufacturing he paid for, but he didn't pay me to do the design work and to find
Did
the
he
person.
authorize you to deduct that
No.
from the receipts?
No.
So you did that on your own?
Right.
What was the agreement on the making of the website and of the...
That's the problem. There really wasn't. There was only that once everything got rolling and the money started coming in, that he would make sure that everything was worked out, that, you know, he would compensate me.
So there
for
was
what
no
I did.
agreement, is what you're saying? Did you ever send me an invoice? Do I have a copy of any invoices or
Yeah,
receipts?
actually, I did send you one, but
Really? What address would that be
You have
to?
that copy today?
don't.
The
No.
invoice?
By the way, Doyle, I also have actually another Slow Jam CD for you because the judge stole yours, and I have all the
this
I
case
have all the
available?
licensing agreements too. I have all the Don't be afraid. Come on over here, man. I got all the licensing agreements too because I'm a very honest person.
All right.
I also have, you know, Andy's
give it to
counterclaim for doing his graphic work is ridiculous because I offered to pay or agreed to pay zero money. Andy again offered to do his. By the way,
yeah,
did he mention?
I work for free, is what he's saying.
That's what I want to ask, sir.
Did he mention that he got $2 from every transaction on the internet, a $2 transaction fee that Andy kept?
Actually, it wasn't cut
Sir.
for me. It was my Visa company.
Did you expect him to perform this work for free?
Yes, Your Honor, because he told me he would. He's the one who approached me and said, hey, I'll take care of it for you. I know a guy. It's real easy. I said, are you sure? Because
Yeah, I'm going to just work for free.
What work did you perform and how do you assess the amount?
I spent over 15 hours just making the artwork, then finding the people to print the CD, because at first when we...
You're telling me this took you 15 hours, sir?
Actually, I designed that and gave him the artwork, and I said, can you set it up?
That's not actually the
What's
real,
on
the first,
the inside,
that's not
sir?
the first CD. There's another CD that was made
You
that had
have
a
it?
white cover. No, I've never gotten a single CD. That's my point. That he,
I brought some today for you. I got plenty.
So how did you determine your countersuit should be $2,000?
when I talk to other people that have done CD design and stuff, they charge about $150 an hour.
And did you ever mention that to him?
Like I said, we talked. I said, well, we'll work it out, and then you just pay me when you start making money, because I knew that he
Pay
was paying
you
a lot.
what?
Well, we hadn't decided what it was going
That's
to be.
my point.
No,
So,
I
you, like you
understand.
said, you didn't have an agreement.
Right.
You don't think you should pay the man anything?
Your Honor, I think I should pay him nothing. He already made money off the $2 transaction fees. I also have estimates because I knew this gentleman was
Credit card
countersuing
service
me.
takes the $2 service fee.
So I got estimates from other people that design CD covers, and it was nowhere
see
near
them.
$2,000. I gave those other companies Andy's price, and they said that's ridiculous. For $2,000, should clean my house too.
All right.
I also have
I don't know
emails-
what type of promoter you are, sir, but you don't seem to be a very good businessman, I must tell you. I'll be back with my decision after I review all these receipts.
Thank you.
Some of the other things.
The verdict when we return. Defendant Andrew Saenz is accused of being a two-bit crook who stole money from the plaintiff.
R.W. suing the defendant for $3,841, alleging he owes you this money for stolen receipts from a website that was selling your CDs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your counterclaims for $2,000, alleging he owes you for unpaid work for designing his 2 CDs and some work on the website. I have a very competent staff who went through these receipts, and we come to a total of $3,747 that you're owed. With regard to your claim, I just feel sorry for you because it's coming across such a pitiful businessman. You don't even have estimates. You don't even have anything in writing showing what you charge. So I'm taking his estimates to give you a judgment. I'll take the highest one for $390. You need to start handling your business better, sir. So $390 is your judgment. $3,747 is your judgment.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. These go to the back. These go to the back. Here we go. Way in the back. Oh, I'm sorry. This is my last one. I'm sorry. Thank you, though.